We begin Unit 12, Rational Expressions, with Flap 1 in our foldable. Flap 1 covers factoring quadratics. We covered this back in Unit number 5, so if you need more help, go back to that foldable and re-look at it. Example 1, 4x squared minus 25. If you recall, this is a difference of two squares. And the formula for difference of two squares is a squared minus b squared equals a plus b, a minus b. A squared and b squared will have a clean square root. So looking back at the problem, 4x squared minus 25. We look to see first if there's a GCF, and there's not one. We look for a difference of squares pattern, and here there is a difference of two squares. There's a minus sign, and each of these terms are perfect squares. A is equal to 2x, because the square root of 4x squared is 2x. And b is equal to 5, because the square root of 25 is 5. So we just put them in our parentheses, and we get 2x on both sides. We put 5 on both sides, and we get 2x plus 5 times 2x minus 5. This problem is done. I'll show you a check on it, and then this way you can always go back and check to make sure you're correct. You check by multiplying them together. I use the box method here. And we get 4x squared plus 10x minus 25. The 10x's cancel, and that leaves 4x squared minus 25. Next problem, example 2, x squared minus 5x minus 6. We look for a GCF first. There is not one. Then we look to see if it's a difference of two squares. And it is not. So now we do target product, target sum. Get my target product to be negative 6, a target sum to be negative 5, and the two factors that multiply together to give me negative 6 but combine to give me negative 5 are negative 6 and 1. Those go in my factors, and I'm done. Example 3, 7x squared plus 28x plus 21. First I look for a GCF, and in this case there is a GCF of 7. So I pull it out of the expression, and we get 7 times x squared plus 4x plus 3. Then I look to see if what's in the parentheses is a difference of two squares, and it is not. So now I go to target product, target sum. My target product is 3, and my target sum is 4. My two factors that multiply together to give me 4 but combine to give me 3 are 3 and 1. And these go in my factors. I am done. Example 4. 8x cubed minus 48x squared plus 72x. Again, I look for my GCF first. And the GCF is 8x. So we pull 8x out of the expression, and we now have 8x times x squared minus 6x plus 9. In the parentheses, we look to see if that is a difference of two squares, and it is not. So now I look for my target product, target sum. My target product is 9, and the target sum is negative 6. The two factors that multiply together to give me 9, but combine to give me negative 6, are negative 3 and negative 3. These are my factors. So my answer is 8x times x minus 3 times x minus 3. Example 5. 3x squared minus 7x minus 20. We look for GCF first. There is none. And a is greater than 1, so we will use the box method or grouping. I am going to use the box method to factor. Is this a difference of two squares? No. My target product is negative 60. My target sum is negative 7. And the two factors that multiply to give me negative 60 and combine to give me negative 7 are negative 12 and 5. So I'm going to use the box method to factor. Remember, in this left corner it's ax squared, in the bottom right corner it's c, and the two middle boxes are my b's. So 3x squared is my a, x squared. I put that in the box. The negative 12x plus 5x goes into the diagonals. And negative 20 is the last piece of the box. The greatest common factor out of the first row is 3x. The greatest common factor out of the second row is 5. Now I'm taking out the greatest common factor in the columns. I get x. And in the second column, I pull out a negative 4 because the first term is negative. This one also is negative. These are my two factors, 3x plus 5, x minus 4, and I'm done. This concludes Flap 1 of your Unit 12 foldable.